Hey everyone, in today's video I'm going to tell you an incredible story that just might change the way you think about reselling shoes. If you guys don't know me yet, my name's Caden. I've done over $2 million in the sneaker resale industry and I've coached over 700 clients to pass $10,000 in sales. So today's video I'm going to be covering one of my clients, Michael, and how he was able to do $100,000 in sales in just 6 months. And it's a really awesome story because a lot of you guys can implement the same tools and resources that he's using to increase his income, again, by $100,000 in sales in the last 6 months. So a little background on Michael. He actually started my Reselling Accelerator group last year in July, so a year ago, because now it's July now. And basically that's where he started out, and that's a group that I'd recommend to anyone who's trying to get started into reselling, just doesn't know where to start, needs some help, needs some support. That's the greatest place to start. Then after a month in there, he got some really great results, like most clients do, and ended up joining my coaching program, ARCP. So that's where I can work with people one-on-one, and that's where I was working with Michael one-on-one, giving him more tips and things to help him really scale. This was a big deal for him because my coaching program is a lot more expensive than my accelerator group. Again, my accelerator group is for beginners, but for him, I had a few conversations with him, talked to him on the phone. He decided it was the right choice for him, and it turned out to be, again, really the right choice for him overall. So back last year in July, these were the things that separated Michael from pretty much a lot of the other clients in there and why he got a lot of really good results. First off, he came to every single one of our weekly workshop calls. So we have weekly calls in there where we answer questions, teach you things. He was on each and every one, super active in the community, always asking questions, always sharing success. So he kind of had like that good karma going around, right? Number two, because he was always asking new questions, he was always discovering new things. So for him, he had a bunch of outlets near him and he works full time in the military. After work, he was able to go to these outlets and buy a bunch of shoes, and he figured out, hey, when's the best time to go? He ended up building relationships with employees, right? And these are all things that we teach. And because of that, again, he was just able to build more consistency. And that was really his go-to method of sourcing, which was just in-store sourcing. Michael obviously did a lot of online sourcing as well. The reason online sourcing is cool is because you don't really have to go anywhere, right? And even in the morning, you spend 15 minutes, you buy shoes. They're super simple. So he utilized our online links, which is essentially a place where we send out leads every single day. If you don't know what a lead is, it's a profitable shoe. I'll throw one on the screen right now. And again, it's an online shoe that you could buy for, let's say, $60 and sell it for $90, right? So you make $30 profit on it. And these are super simple because for our accelerator clients, they're sent directly to their computer and they can just go and buy them. So those are really the three things that Michael did all the time. He was always buying stuff online. He was finding new ways to source for himself and things that he liked. And he was also asking a bunch of questions inside of the group. So I knew he would be a great fit to continue to scale. The crazy thing you're going to learn about this story is that if you guys saw the screenshot I'm putting on the screen right now, he did 100,000 in sales on Alias, which is Goat selling app. So for those who don't know, this is literally just selling on Goat, only Goat. He did 100,000 in 6 months, all right? The crazy thing is, again, he utilizes platforms like Poison, eBay, StockX. He sells on a bunch of different platforms. So Goat's obviously maybe his main one, but he has income coming in from these other platforms as well. What's really impressive about it is a lot of people want to just make 100,000 in a year. So do half of what Michael does, right? But they're using all of these different platforms and they still can't do it. He proved that even he can do it from just one platform. This guy's barely starting on Amazon. He's barely starting with all these other platforms, and he was able to do it, again, get really good results just with Alias. So that's not saying Alias is the greatest platform in the world. Again, I definitely like it, but my point is, again, he just found one platform that worked for him and he stuck with it, and that's his main, bread and butter. So for Michael's results, again, just to cover them, in the first 6 months, he did around 60K. And for us in my actual coaching program, my average client does around $10,000 in their first 2 months of working with us. So he was definitely above average and he's selling a bunch of shoes, obviously. And then again, the last 6 months, he's done 100K. So to work out the math, again, that's a little bit less than $20,000 per month. And the crazy thing is I know he's had months where he's done over $20,000. So he definitely has the potential to scale past that. I do know, however, last 6 months, he was in Australia for about 2 weeks. And the crazy thing is, I believe when he was in Australia, I'm going to throw the screenshot on the screen. I think he sold it somewhere around like $5,500 worth of shoes. I haven't checked the screenshot in a while, but just from my memory, it just came up. That was what number he ended up hitting, which is crazy because when you do sales like this, you can build a lot of consistency. And the reason I say consistency, if you don't know, Goat has a consignment feature. So when he went to Australia, before he went, he shipped all of this stuff to Goat. They stored it there for him. They did the fulfillment. They did everything. So when he was in Australia, essentially this stuff just sells and then you get paid. It's really freaking cool. And again, everything I'm mentioning in this video right now, you guys can implement the same stuff into your business. So that's something that each and every one of you guys can do. You don't have to have anything special. You literally just have to have a Goat account. And by the way, I have other videos on my YouTube channel on how to do Goat consignment. So if you guys are curious about that, go watch those. And the other crazy thing is Michael's flips. I'm trying to throw a lot on the screen here. They're just bricks. He's finding shoes for really cheap prices using discount codes, right? Price over product, everything that I talk about in my videos. And he's just selling it for a higher price on Goat. That's it. There's no in-person sales. There's none of that stuff. It's all anonymous. And that's what's so cool about it is a lot of people think you have to sell, like I was mentioning earlier in this video, hundreds of different items. You got to flip refrigerators and garbage disposals, whatever it is, pools, the random stuff. He literally just goes to outlets and online, like we teach, and buys cheap bricks, cheap Jordans, stuff like that, and flips them consistently. That's it. You don't need to have 100 different items that you need to know. You just have to have a few that you're really confident with and really consistent with, and that's where you can make a lot of money. And this is the type of stuff we teach inside of our Reselling Accelerator. It's a lot easier in a shorter amount of time to learn a few things, let's say 5 to 10 things that you're really good at selling. Air Maxes, Air Force Ones, Vapor Maxes, right, Adidas styles, whatever it is. If you get really confident with those, then you just stick with those. That's gonna be more than enough to get you past $100,000 a year in sales without having to learn, all these different random things that are one-off sales. And here's the kicker, there's no limit to how much Michael can grow. He just has to do more of what he's doing. Again, he's doing this completely on the side, which is what I'm trying to show you guys. Like, this is not his full-time gig. He doesn't spend any of his daily working hours doing this. It's a complete side hustle. Now, if Michael really wanted to scale, he could probably scale back his job or quit his job and then do full effort into this, which is totally an option. But if you're someone who's like, Caden, I got a family, I got a job, I like my job, I don't hate anything about it, I just want to make some extra money, start a business, then you could totally do this, and this is a perfect example. So again, if that sounds like you, someone who's like, hey, Caden, I got a job, I'm consistent, I got a family, I just want to make some extra money, even if it's just an extra $1,000 a month, and you're wondering if you can do this, like if it's possible, the answer is like a resounding yes. And the reason I say that is because my Reselling Accelerator group makes it extremely easy for you. Now, you could go and do this yourself. The problem is you're gonna run into a lot of different issues you're gonna run into because you don't know how to solve them. You still don't know how to source shoes. You don't know how to get them for the cheapest price. There's a lot of things that are just gonna slow you down. The Reselling Accelerator, in the name, accelerates your business and helps you get to that goal as quickly as possible. So in the group, from our data, our average client hits their first $1,000 profit month in their first 60 to 90 days. In fact, I just had another person enroll into my coaching program who's in our group for his first 60 days. Again, got to that $1,000 a month. Join my coaching program after. So that is pretty much the number that you guys can get to. If you can stick and say, hey, I'm gonna focus for 2 to 3 months straight, get my business to $1,000 a month, it's very easy to maintain it at that point. And once you maintain it, you're making an extra $12,000 a year in profit, which I like to say, go ask your boss for a $12,000 raise. What are the likelihoods and the odds of that happening? Probably not very likely. Versus if you actually learn how to do it yourself, you can do that and you can get that raise with a little bit of hard work in 2 to 3 months. And like I said earlier, the sky's the limit. If you put in more work, more time, more shoes, like it's just more volume, you can easily bump that to $2,000 to $3,000 a month, if not more. But inside of our Reselling Accelerator group, just like Michael joined where he started out, again, we have tons of live coaching. We have all the tools and resources you need. We send you links every single day. We have all the freaking cool monitors that I talk about, including a Nike backend monitor. We have Nike in-store monitors. So these are actual monitors that will monitor the stock at your local outlets. It'll actually ping you and tell you whenever anything restocks at your local stores. And on top of that, because a lot of people are lost and they don't know where to start, we have a 5-hour course that you get to go through right when you start. So right when you join, you go through our onboarding. It's gonna teach you how to use everything so you're not confused. We have tons and tons of support, so you can message us whenever you want. And every single new member gets a one-on-one onboarding call with me or one of our team members. So literally within the first week that you join, you're gonna be able to talk to me or one of our team members and get a really clear-cut answer on what you wanna do and how you have to do it. And good news for you, our next restock for the Reselling Accelerator is August 3rd. We already have a ton of people signing up on the wait list, and it's a little bit more than 2 weeks out. So all you need to do is go to the link in the description down below. You can sign up on the wait list right now. It won't charge you until you get in, but it just saves your spot inside of the group. And if you're not quite ready yet, also check the link in the description down below. I have a link to my free group, which is on that same link. You can join my free group. And that just gives you a sneak peek into what it's like. You can see the current success inside of the group right now, so you can see if that's something that you want to be a part of. Because Michael's not the only success story. We have tons and tons of clients that are getting great results. I'm gonna throw some other results on the screen here. Again, I've worked with hundreds and hundreds of clients one-on-one, and we have one of the biggest reselling one-on-one communities. In fact, the biggest and largest one-on-one coaching program to help resellers scale. So again, if you're ready to hop into the reselling game or just transform your business, check out the link in the description down below to check out the Reselling Accelerator. It is exactly where I'd recommend you guys join. And if you don't have the money right now, join the free group. We're posting free links in there, gonna provide a ton of free value. And my goal is with the free group alone and the links that we provide in there alone, should be plenty enough for you to pay for the pay group when you're ready to join. So thank you guys for watching this video. And remember, if you're just starting out, I want to support you on any level. If you're someone who's trying to get to 7 figures a year, if you're someone who's just trying to get to your first $7 online, doesn't matter to me, right? Make sure you subscribe on here so you can get a ton of free content and value that we post on here. Check out my Instagram. And I also just rolled out a broadcast channel. If you don't know what that is, on my Instagram, you can go to my bio and you can actually join my broadcast channel. I actually post daily deals on there as well, so you can just go and buy the things that I send there. They're just cheap links, and it's the same stuff that I buy, and I want to announce and post any new updates and things that come out in the sneaker world. It's all going to be happening in there, and that's completely free for you as well. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to shoot me a message on Instagram. I'd love to reply to you. But other than that, guys, thank you guys for watching this video. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.